guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Hope you had a really good previous week. So we're focusing, week ahead, 1st to the 7th of September 2019, and we're doing the weekly check-in reading this week. So I hope that you guys really enjoy that reading, and enjoy your reading, sit back, relax, get a snack, and let's just have a look at what's coming in for the week, guys. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. Hi guys, so this is your weekly check-in reading. These are the decks we're using this week. For your current self and theme of the week, guys, we are using the Fenestra Tarot by by Chatria. Key goal, obstacles to overcome, and anything you could be accomplishing for the week. We are using the Hidden Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Julia, Jeffrey, and Barbara Moore. Anything that you need to avoid, anything you need to embrace, and where you can find support, we use the Witch's Tarot by Deborah Blake. And for what we do now on the other reading, we don't do the 15 card reading anymore. We just focus 10 cards on your work and 10 cards on romance. For that, we use the Tarot Grand Luxe. And for your spiritual advice on this area, we use the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue Radley Valentine. Spiritual advice on your 20 card reading at the end, we use the Angel Answers. We use the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue and the Angel of Abundance by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. Okay, and also any other additional spiritual advice, we use the Answer deck. All right, sit back, guys, and enjoy. Okay, hi Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe. Here's your reading, my darlings. So, this is you this week, the 1st to the 7th of September. Pardon me while I drink my coffee, is that right? Yeah, it is. You're the Five of Cups in the reverse. Marvellous, what a lovely start to the reading. How I read the Five of Cups in the reverse. In the upright, this card deals with the themes of regret and sadness and disappointment. And this often shows up when you're missing someone, when you're still hurting. It's very similar in a way to the Three of Swords. They're very similar in tone because they actually deal with the theme of feeling hurt and it's usually to do with emotional loss. Is the Five of Cups energy. So when you get the Five of Cups, if you've lost someone, if you've broken up in a relationship, you're still missing them and you're still mourning the loss. So it's a card about mourning, but when it's reversed, you're starting to heal from that. So I feel that you guys are starting to heal with the Five of Cups in the reverse from a pretty difficult situation. It would have been a situation that emotionally would have taken it out of you. Libra, emotionally, with this Five of Cups in the upright, you'd have been really upset, you'd have been really down, you'd have been depressed with that card, because that is the card of depression. And sometimes a pip card will be as effective and it will work the same way as, say, for example, a major card, like for example a devil card that deals with themes of depression, that type of thing. They can be just as effective, but they're really sort of temporary measures. So I see you guys as really healing this week with this card, which is really nice to get. Five of Cups in the reverse. If you've been depressed, Libra, I see you are starting to come out of that. What's the theme of the week? What's this about? The Seven of Swords. I feel that this is a person with the Seven of Swords. I think this week it's all about somebody who took advantage, because the Seven of Swords is the advantage taker. This could also be with the Seven of Swords, somebody who avoided you or somebody who did not want to interact. Because when you get the Seven of Swords, it's not just about deception and underhandedness. The card also indicates somebody who's running away or somebody who's trying to avoid a situation. They're trying to run off in the dead of the night. They're running off so quickly that they don't have time to take everything with them. So this could have been about somebody who avoided you, somebody who ghosted you, for example, with the Seven of Swords, somebody who lied to you or deceived you with the Seven of Swords energy showing up here. Could have also dealt with an Aquarius individual. What is your goal for the week? It's funny, did I not just mention the Three of Swords? I think that your goal for the week is to open your heart up. Three of Swords. Remember with tarot, you can't read the cards all in one way. It makes no sense to do that, because if you get this in an area where your goal, nobody would have a goal about hurt. I mean, you know, if you want to read the Three of Swords as being the goal of hurting another individual, you probably need another card in there, like a Five of Swords, that type of thing, to inflict some pain. But the Three of Swords really is a card that indicates the opening up of the heart as well. So when you get the Three of Swords, usually on the Three of Swords there's a heart, and then there's three swords going through that heart. So if you thought about heart surgery, it's opening up the heart. Usually, why do surgeons need to open a heart up? Usually a heart needs to be opened up because it's got a blockage in there. So this is all about opening up those blockages. So your goal for the week is to open up those blockages, because some of you guys have been, and that's why you're doing this, Libra, which is, I think this is a beautiful reading so far. I think it's really quite grand, to be perfectly honest with you, because you're healing here. And that's the thing, when we've gone through hurt, when we've gone through pain, the first step to the getting to the Five of Cups in the reverse stage is to unblock those pent-up feelings of anger, remorse, you know, sadness, regret, depression, disappointment, you know, blame, self-blame, that type of thing. The first step to doing this is to do this. It is really to open up the heart. And it is to kind of like, if you think about the Three of Swords as being opening up the heart, you might be opening up your heart to someone. You might be talking about it with the Three of Swords, because remember, swords represent communication. So you might be, and because it's in a heart, you're opening up your heart, you're expressing your true feelings, you're talking about how you feel. So one of the goals might be that with the Three of Swords energy in that way. So yeah, talking to someone with the Three of Swords energy, but also Three of Swords is also about self-acceptance as well. So if you're opening up your heart, you're accepting a situation, because you're opening the heart to it. And you can usually, that's usually the Three of Swords in reverse. But if this is in a positive position, which it is, because it's in your goal for the week, and a goal should always be positive, it usually is, not unless you want to do something demonic to someone, which I doubt it is here. I feel that with the Three of Swords showing here, and it is actually made by, actually Libra, I've come to think about it, I think you rule the Three of Swords. I think this is your card. I think this might be the second deacon in Libra, maybe. Is it the second deacon in Libra? No, it's not. It's the yeah, it is. I think it is. Something like the first or the second deacon in Libra. This is Three of Swords tarot. So this is you. And also, I think three things, really. I think number one, well, two things. Number one, it's to open up your heart, either by talking to someone or by accepting the situation for what it is. Number two, it could be about making some really positive decisions, because you rule this card here. So the Three of Swords also means head over heart decisions. So because you rule the Three of Swords is a Libra card. The other goal that you may have for the week, Libra, is to make a few head over heart. So you're no longer allowing, and that's how you're doing this as well, you're no longer allowing your heart to rule your head in a situation. You're allowing now your head to rule your heart, which if we turn that around, then this with the Three of Swords energy is all about acceptance. More than likely you're just not just talking to people about it, but literally just accepting the situation for what it truly is. What is the obstacle you need to overcome? Right, the Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Hierophant, because the Hierophant came out as well. Okay, somebody no longer wants to pursue, I think, in the reverse, a commitment with you, because the Hierophant is all about a commitment and a union between two people in love, and I think this is a love reading. And the Knight of Wands in the reverse stops. He's no longer interested. In the upright, this person wants to pursue. There's an interest here. There's a fascination for the Knight of Wands. He's like, yeah, get it. But in the reverse, he's like, oh man, I'm bored now. You know, he slows down. He becomes less interested. And I feel that the obstacle you may need to overcome with the Knight of Wands in the reverse is that there is no more passion as well. No more passion, a lack of passion in a commitment, and a lack of interest in a commitment as well. Lack of interest, Knight of Wands reverse. Lack of passion, Knight of Wands reverse. Commitment, the Hierophant. Okay, somebody's not pursuing this any longer, because in the reverse he's not pursuing. So I think that you need to overcome the obstacle that somebody's no longer pursuing a commitment with you, and that will still stay with you, because it's a very strong part of why you were doing this at first. And it would make sense that if somebody is no longer pursuing a commitment with you, that's why the theme of the week is that this person, it's all about somebody who avoided, somebody who ran off, somebody who probably ghosted you with the Seven of Swords. They were really quite mean about it, I think, in a way, when I look at that card, because the Hierophant card is it's not a simple card. It's not one of those cards that's like a Two of Cups going out on a date with someone or dating someone. The Hierophant is much more serious when it comes to relationships. This is marriage. You know, this could be somebody who's withdrawn from a marriage. That could be the obstacle, because the Knight of Wands reverse withdraws, like a hermit in a way. And the Hierophant is the marriage. So the obstacle you might need to overcome is that somebody's withdrawn from the marriage. Somebody's decided, I don't want to be married to you anymore, that type of thing. But you're starting to hear, and I think that if this happened, it came as a shock. It came as a shock. What could you be accomplishing by the end of the week? The Two of Swords. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not going to read the picture on this. I'm just going to read the card in terms of its general theme. Okay. I mean, on the illustration on this deck, you see a woman holding a knife to a man's neck. But I feel that by the end of the week, you're able to focus. Number one, you're going to be focusing on making some very positive decisions. Number two, I feel that the accomplishment by the end of the week is going to be that it doesn't hurt so much with that Two of Swords. Because what you're doing is that you're kind of just blocking out the emotion. Whether for right or wrong, the Two of Swords means to close your heart off. So what you could be accomplishing finally is that you really are starting to close off your heart to the situation here with the Two of Swords energy showing there. What do you need to avoid? The Page of Pentacles. Interesting card, because the Page of Pentacles can be skeptical energy, but the Page of Pentacles can also be to look at the relationship responsibly. When it's a love reading, the Page of Coins means, it can either mean that you leave a window open, or it can mean that you still hold this person as value. He hasn't got the pentacle in his hand though, which is interesting. The pentacle is on the floor. He's got a map. It's an interesting version of the Page of Coins. I never really know what to make of this version of the Page of Coins. Usually the Page of Coins has the pentacle in his hand. He still sees it as value. The coin people, when they're holding coins, they still hold something up as value. Alright, and for the Page of Coins, what he values, that pentacle, he sees as great potential. So with the Page of Coins, there's potential in that card. So maybe you need to avoid still seeing this situation as holding potential. With the Page of Coins energy showing there, Libra. What is it you need to embrace? Ah, the King of Coins showed up. I mean, this could, for some of you guys, be somebody else. I mean, maybe you have somebody else. Because I'm pretty sure that some of you guys are done and dusted with one person. So maybe if this is someone else, you need to embrace them. Alright, you need to embrace them. The other thing with the King of Coins, if this isn't a person, I feel that something here has been accomplished, because the King of Coins means an accomplishment. You've made an accomplishment. And I feel that it's almost like you've made some form of an accomplishment. If I were just to read it as an energy and not a person, I mean, I certainly don't think that this is the person that you're involved with. I just don't feel it is, okay? It's interestingly, because court cards are notoriously tricky to read. They're not tricky as such for me to read, but I know for a lot of people that they are to read, because we don't know who this King of Coins is. So it might be that you need to embrace another person. This could be another lover that you have. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it doesn't have to be that. Could be that you need to embrace somebody who's more grounded. Maybe you need to embrace the idea that you need to be more realistic with the King of Coins as well. And maybe you need to embrace also with the King of Coins energy that all of your hard work, especially the hard work that you've put into yourself emotionally, is starting to pay off as well with that King of Coins energy. And that's why you need to avoid seeing this thing as having and holding great potential with that Page of Coins, because you need to embrace that all the hard work you've put into getting well again, it's starting to pay off, and you don't really want to go like several steps backwards. And if you need support, where can you go? High Priestess. You could go to a tarot reader. Look, she's got cards. If you need that added support that you're on the right track, yeah, you could go to a High Priestess tarot reader, but she isn't always a tarot reader. She's somebody that purely provides guidance. So this can be your counselor, the High Priestess. She's not always kind of a spiritual person. She's also someone that just gives you plain old good advice and guidance, because she knows it all. She's the know-it-all of the tarot, is the High Priestess. So Libra, if you need support, yeah, you can go to a tarot reader. You could go to someone who's really spiritual. You can go to someone, though, who can just simply give you the guidance that you need, because that's what the High Priestess is there for. She's a seer. What's the advice from the angels? Universe, Spirit, what is the advice you have for Libra on this week's reading? What is the advice? Just show me in a few cards and I'll see what you're saying there. I'll put it together. There are big happy changes afoot for you, Libra. If this reading resonates with you, there's big happy changes afoot for you. And yes, do not stop. Okay? Yeah, that's where it stops, because when the other cards start not to make sense, I don't carry on. So there's big happy changes. We'll put these in order. It says, yes, there are big happy changes in store, and don't stop. All right? Okay, guys, I'm going to come back with your work reading. Bear with me. Okay, Libra. God, it looks a little bit lopsided, doesn't it, the screen? But yeah, the cards on the screen do a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on for work then, guys. Okay, you know, whenever I see the devil in a work reading, it reminds me of a very kind of slave master, boss. I mean, the devil can mean in terms of work that you're working with a devil. So you might be working with somebody who's a troublemaker, or somebody who's really difficult, or this will be somebody who's a boss and they're kind of cracking the whip when it comes to work. They're a taskmaster. This can also mean that you've got a lot of stuff on, so, you know, you're just a slave to the grind. You don't really have a home-life balance with the devil energy showing there. The Knight of Cups energy. I get the impression that this is somebody around you, Libra, in the workplace, because the Knight of Cups Knights represent either timing, or they can represent an action, or they can definitely represent a person. So it almost feels like, to me, you've got a very manipulative individual around you here. This Knight of Cups and the devil represents to me a very manipulative Knight of Cups. This devil, remember the devils and the magicians of the tarot, they're often manipulative people because they're engineers. They're usually kind of holding the strings. So they're the puppet master. The Knight of Cups is ruled by Pisces, though. So it's all about adjustment and freedom and adaptation. And I don't know whether somebody's trying to control, Libra, your freedom at all with this Knight of Cups energy. I just feel that this might be a person showing up here. This can also be an invitation as well. It might be an invitation as well in the workplace. Perhaps it comes at a price with the devil energy showing here. Three of Wands. Okay, you're looking at the Knight of Cups. You're looking straight ahead into that night there. I think this is you. Usually the Three of Wands will be the client or the person that's being read about. So you're looking at the Knight of Cups. You're looking ahead to the Knight of Cups energy. It almost feels like, to me, Knight of Cups usually shows an offer or an invitation. This can simply be your ambition. Because the devil energy, when I look at these two, this card aspected by this one and this one, it's not so bad. I actually feel that your ambition, this is some of you guys being ambitious, because the devil also means to be ambitious. I think that you're looking for some form of an offer to come in this week, or invitation. This is usually an offer with the Knight of Cups. It might be something like a promotion. Some of you guys are extraordinarily ambitious, looking for an invitation or an offer to come in here. Six of Swords. There's also something to do with travel as well, indicated in terms of work or movement. Progress. Six of Swords. You're looking for an offer. Perhaps this involves progressing. Yeah, the Four of Coins. I think some of you guys have been in a position for a long time and you're looking ahead. You're looking towards an offer. I think this is to do with progressing from a job, from an area. This looks to me like either a promotion, or you're looking to move companies or move jobs. Because this is progress, the Six of Swords, and you're moving away from that Four. And the Four of Coins can mean to be stuck. Alright? I mean, the Devil and the Four of Coins can definitely indicate being stuck in your jobs. So if we look at these two cards bookending, this is probably to do with Libra being stuck. But also the Devil reminds me of ambition. Your ambition is to progress from that Four of Coins. Okay? And you're looking at an offer. So for me this week, Libra, it just seems that your ambition is to progress, to move away from being stuck. So from being in a role, in a job that you've been in for quite a while, and you're looking for an offer to come through. So some of you guys are probably waiting. Remember, the Three of Wands is waiting for an offer to come through because you're ambitious, you've been stuck. I'm seeing that you're ambitious, waiting for an offer to come through. You're looking to move away with the Six of Swords from the Four of Coins. You've been in a job for quite a while. Some of you guys have been feeling really stuck in a job, and I think that you're definitely waiting for some form of an offer to come through. An offer that's going to help you progress from that Four of Coins energy. What's next? Let's have a look. The Tower, sudden changes, a restructure with the Tower energy. Two of Swords can be self-focused, but it could also be suddenly or a sudden change here, because you guys are wanting to break away from the Devil. So we can also read that as being stuck. You're wanting to break away with the Tower energy from the Devil energy, and the Devil is being stuck as well. So a lot of you guys are very focused with that Three of Wands energy this week on breaking away from the Devil energy, from feeling stuck and chained to a job. You've felt stuck for a long time, and it might even be a job that you want to break away from, being in a job that's kept you kind of a little bit hindered with that Devil energy, possibly because it doesn't pay that well as well with the Four of Coins. I mean, it pays money, but it doesn't pay you a lot of money with the Four of Coins energy, and you're looking to move away from that, and that's why you're waiting for an offer to come through. Two of Swords energy. Focusing, self-focus is on your ambition, because I read the cards a multitude of ways, so I just read free flow. So also focusing, Two of Swords energy, on your ambitions, waiting for an offer to come in, wanting to break away from the chains of the Devil, wanting to move out of a job that you've been stuck in for quite a while, or you want to move out of a job that's been quite comfortable. You want to move away from the comfort zone showing here. Let's have a look. Some of you guys suddenly, so it could also be that suddenly this week an offer comes in with the Four of Cups for you to consider. Might be that you're in two minds about this though. Ace of Swords, there's going to be the need for clarity with the Ace of Swords energy before you, it's either the Ace of Coins is the job. It doesn't say that you take the job, but it says, you know, there is a need for clarity, or clarity is starting to form. But clarity will start to form, because this is the clarity. So the Ace of Swords is the air. That's what's going on in your head. But the Pentacle takes shape. So clarity is starting to form there. So I do feel that suddenly, I think that suddenly an offer could come to you, the Four of Cups energy. It might be that another offer comes, because there you are doing the Three of Wands and that Knight of Cups. You're waiting for this offer to come through. But then suddenly, I think that Four of Cups actually indicates maybe something else comes through for you to consider. So it's almost like for some of you guys, between this week and the next 3 weeks, because even though I read weekly, I know that these energies can take time to form in the readings. So between now and 3 weeks, I think some of you guys will have a couple of offers here in terms of work for you to consider, because that Two of Swords for me is also saying that you're faced with a decision between two jobs, the one that you're waiting for and the one that is offered to you. You know, and for some of you guys it might be, shit, should I take this one that's on offer to me now, or should I wait for this one to come in? Because you're waiting for something here, but then suddenly something else comes in here, and you're faced with this decision here. Should I wait, or should I go? Six of Swords is to move, or should I wait with the Three of Wands? I'm going to get this reading again. I certainly feel that some of you guys have been wanting to break away from a very kind of oppressive job, probably with the Devil and the Four of Coins. Wanting to break away from a very oppressive job. I feel that you have been very focused on your ambitions, okay, which is to progress. I think that you this week will be waiting for an offer to come through, but I feel that suddenly it could be that something else comes through, and it's going to leave you guys in two minds. Do I wait for this other offer to come through, or do I go along maybe with this one? The universe is saying to you, don't worry, because this week or going into the next few weeks, this idea, the clarity that you want, the clarity that you need in order to make this decision is going to start to build, it's going to start to form, it's going to start to come to life with the Ace of Swords energy. Also, we've got Ace of Coins energy, sorry. Also, we've got two aces in the reading, indicating that there are new beginnings around you in terms of work. All right, but you are faced with a decision whether you carry on waiting for that ideal job, or whether you go ahead with the other one that's offered to you, Libra. All right, let's quickly go ahead with your love reading. Bear with me. Okay, Libra, this is your love reading showing here. Let's have a quick look. Okay, you've got that Two of Swords coming up again, and I shuffled really well after that work reading. So the Two of Swords can mean a couple of things when it comes to love. It can mean that you are blocking your heart from someone. You're shutting down completely. This can mean no conversation, no communication. It can also mean being faced with a decision. Oh, you keep getting the same cards, and I shuffled these. I put everything back in randomly. The Tower. The Tower is a breakup card within the love area of tarot when you get the Tower. Or this is chaos in a relationship. Some of you guys are kind of closing your heart to the Tower. Alright, when you're closing your heart to the Tower is the unsettling, unfavourable energy that kind of surmounts a relationship. You might also be avoiding, because this is the card of kind of like, I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. And can you see how her eyes are shielding? So it's almost like you are avoiding this Tower. The inevitable. Three of Coins energy. This is all about work with the Three of Coins energy. I always like the Three of Coins more when it has three people on it rather than when it has one. I think that you guys are avoiding the inevitable here, because the Tower is the inevitable. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. I think you're avoiding the inevitable. Three of Coins energy showing it. Could also be you're faced with a decision. Do you leave? Do you break away from a relationship, or do you stay and work on it with the Three of Coins as well? But I also feel that you're probably avoiding the inevitable. Three of Coins energy showing here. Six of Coins. You've been working to try and balance out a relationship. Some of you guys have been working on trying to balance out a relationship. Look at that Six of Coins and how those scales are unbalanced. Can you see the coin that's just about to go in? It's going to even up those scales. So I do feel that some of you guys have been working hard on trying to even up the scales in a relationship, balance it out with the Six of Coins energy. Wheel of Fortune shows here though. I feel that with the Wheel of Fortune though, the results have been unexpected, I feel, with that Wheel of Fortune energy showing here. Because the Wheel of Fortune, it's sitting on the end of the actual spread here. And the Wheel of Fortune can be an unexpected. I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of like not such a good card. But have a look what this is. Yeah, I told you, I felt that. When you do tarot, you kind of come to know what's coming into the reading, depending on what cards are showing up. So I feel that you guys are faced with a decision here. Do you stay? Do you work? You're also, some of you guys, ignoring, though, the inevitable. Okay, the inevitable being probably something to do with separation. It looks to me like you've put a lot of hard work into trying to balance out a relationship between you and a lover. But I feel with the Wheel that it's come with unexpected results here. I think that there's been a lot of heartbreak. I think there's been a lot of disappointment with the Three of Swords. And if you look at this lady here, she's just kind of lying on her table with her sword, and her sword is down. She's like, I can't fight anymore. Some of you guys, the energy is, I literally can't fight this anymore with the Three of Swords. Some of you guys are feeling like giving up. Also, there's a separation within a relationship here. Three of Swords and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is usually a marriage card, and the Three of Swords is separation. So that, you know, even though you've worked hard to try and balance a relationship, there's been some unexpected events that have come in. And we're looking at a separation in a relationship here, in a marriage. And you've got the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups showing it. So this is definitely a, you know, a marriage, a loving relationship, a happy relationship, but there's been some sadness here. So maybe this isn't sadness, that isn't separation, even though this can be a separation showing here. Some of you guys might be avoiding the inevitable that you need to separate. Maybe you need to divorce the partner, or maybe you need to separate from the partner showing here. You're putting a lot of hard work and effort into balancing out your relationship showing here. But there's been unexpected events here, I feel. Okay. Some of you guys ignoring the inevitable that maybe you need to separate from the partner, because Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups, this is your karmic partner. This is somebody that you've been destined to be with. But I do feel that you've just worked really hard on balancing the relationship out, because you feel such a strong affinity to the partner. Almost like you feel that your relationship was fated. This person's your destiny. You do have an Empress. You've got some really good cards. I mean, beside that one, you've got really, really good cards showing up here. I mean, this is beautiful. Four of Wands, Two of Cups, Empress together. This is a loving, nurturing relationship. Lots of love here with the Four of Wands, possibly a marriage for some of you guys. There's lots of love and lots of nurturing in this relationship showing up here. This is definitely a soulmate energy. You've got Two of Cups, Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune all showing here, Libra. And actually Empress can be you as well, because it's ruled by Libra as well. Let's look at the next one. But they're lovely energies. The Ten of Coins and the Empress. This is a woman in a happy, stable relationship. Two of Cups. This is a loving relationship, a loving, you know, connection to another individual. Woman happy in a relationship here. You've got 4 cards. I don't think this is divorce. You've just got too many good cards showing up in these energies here. But I do feel that you are avoiding the inevitable. But what is that inevitable? I don't think it's separate. I mean, it depends. It depends, because the whole spread doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't. Look at the cards. All right, we do have towers. Yes, we do. But the tower can mean several things. Sometimes the Tower and the Two of Cups is a breakup in a relationship. Maybe there's been some hurt. Maybe there's been a breakup in your relationship here. Maybe there's still a lot of love, though, with the Empress energy. It's a really weird spread, to be perfectly honest with you, because you guys have been working. Let's try and break it down then. I do feel that some of you guys are faced with a decision here, and I don't think it's easy. I actually feel that it's not avoiding the inevitable now, because the other cards just seem too good to say that. There is nothing inevitable about this. Nothing. There's no inevitability to me. I don't think it's about breaking up with this. For some of you guys it might be, but it doesn't smack to me, because we don't have really bad cards around this reading. There isn't anything really bad about the spread, except that I feel that some of you guys are faced with a decision. Okay, I feel there's been some arguments within a relationship. I think there's been some chaos within your relationship here. I think there's been a lot of heartbreak. Maybe you've talked about, or maybe this is something about avoiding talking about the separation within your relationship because it's so good. Because there's a lot of love and nurturing here, and you have a stable home and a stable environment. You've built a stable relationship, and if you're a female, you might be feeling really comfortable in that, because the Empress and the Ten of Coins is a woman who feels really comfortable, especially in her marriage. So some of you guys are married, because you've got an Empress who's a married woman within the tarot. This is a marriage card, and the Ten of Coins you've got here as well. All right, which talks about a strong, stable relationship, one that you've been in for years probably for some of you guys. So I do feel that some of you guys, I actually feel that this is more than anything being faced with a decision, Libra, this week in terms of love. I do feel that there's been some destabilization in the relationship here, and I feel that it's caused a lot of heartbreak here with the sword, Three of Swords. Also, something might have come to light, because the Tower talks about things suddenly coming to light. So something might have come to light in your relationship. Has there been a third party, for example, showing here? You do have 2 3s after all. So I'm wondering, has anything come to light here? Is it to do with a third party within your relationship? I do feel that some of you guys have been working hard to balance this relationship out. But I just feel with the Wheel being that kind of rogue card on the end, this might have come with unexpected results. And it might be that this is why with the Two of Swords you're faced with a decision concerning this relationship. Because there has been either maybe some unexpected news, which is what the Tower is as well, that shows up here, or there's been some unsettling energy in the relationship, caused a lot of heartbreak, showing here with the Three of Swords energy showing here. Even though you've worked hard to stabilize the relationship, to bring balance back, it's kind of come with unexpected results. However, I am seeing a lot of love here. I am seeing a lot of love and nurturing within your relationship. And I am seeing that if you're this person here, or you're watching it and you're a male or whatever, you might be a woman and have a partner, you know, a female partner, but whoever you are watching this, and this Empress could be you because it's ruled by Libra as well. Some of you guys are really comfortable in this relationship. So you might be faced with a decision, because even though there's been unsettling energy, heartbreak, Three of Swords within the relationship, even though you might have had some unexpected news, could be with a third party in your relationship showing here. Some of you guys have been want to work hard to shoring up the relationship, and I think that you've already done it. It's coming with unexpected results. But some of you guys still want to work hard on trying to balance a relationship out, because this is your soulmate. Wheel of Fortune and that Six of Cups and the Two of Cups, this is your soulmate. And you feel really happy and contented within the relationship. So maybe there's something here that can try and be resolved in a relationship, because I just definitely, my intuition tells me when I look at this card that there's been some heartbreak here, and you might have even thought about separating from the partner. If you have wanted to separate from the partner, it might have been that there's been revelation here, the Tower energy, in terms of a third party in your relationship. But I actually feel that some of you guys really don't want to separate from your partner. I get the impression that some of you guys just really don't, no matter, even if there's been like real arguments and real chaotic energy where some of you guys have just given up and said, I can't take anymore, you know, of this stuff. I just get the impression that overall, Libra, you feel really kind of comfortable. Some of you guys have got kids with that Empress and the Ten of Coins. Some of you guys have got children, and that needs to be taken into consideration. And some of you guys simply want to work towards restoring balance in your relationship, because this person is your karmic partner. And this is, you know, your marriage, that you made your marriage vows, and this is where you're really comfortable and you're really happy within the family life. So I just feel that this week is a week for resolving an issue within a relationship for some of you guys, and talking it through. You might have considered separation, but I don't think that's the way to go, judging by it, because I don't think some of you guys really want that. So this might be a really good week, Libra, just for talking through the problems that have occurred. If there has been anything like a third party, that will definitely need to be addressed. But you have to go with your own values as well, because the Empress represents the values that we hold. It's also ruled by Taurus. So if there has been a revelation about a third party within your relationship, especially if it's somebody within the workplace, a relationship that started within the workplace, for example, you need to look, Libra, at what your own values are concerning that. If this person's had a third party relationship within the workplace, this is your partner doing this, what are your values on that? What are the values that you hold concerning third party relationships within the workplace, you know? What is that? Because I do feel that with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune showing here, there's been some really unexpected stuff happening within a relationship, and some of you guys are feeling like, shit, I can't deal with this no more. I just can't deal with it, you know? So it might be, it's necessary just to try and address that. I do feel some of you guys really don't want to leave a relationship here. It's one that you've probably been in for years, and you've grown really comfortable with that, and some of you guys might even be pregnant, that type of thing. Okay. Some of you guys might have agreed that you want to have children within the relationship with the partner, you know. You got all these wonderful cards here. To just sum this up, I think for love, Libra, that there's a lot at stake here in a relationship. I think there's a lot at stake. A lot at stake in a relationship here. A lot. And that's why the decision for you guys is so difficult. And that's why you might be ignoring the inevitable, that you have to make a really important decision here, because you've just got so much at stake. All right, let's have a quick look at your advice cards then. Let's have a look just the advice for work first. Work and money. Any other advice? We've got two cards. It's have courage to ask for and accept help. All right, so asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. The other one for work and money is successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships and other investments are available to help you. Okay, and let's have a quick look. Just give us anything else. Is there anything else you want to tell Librans about love this week? Is there anything else that you want to tell Librans about love this week, please? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, that's what the advice is. And past life relationship, you have known each other before. Okay, so you need to pay attention to the red flags because the signs are cautioning you. And also, this is probably referring to this. You have had a past life relationship with this person. You've definitely got a karmic partner here, guys. There's definitely a past life connection with someone, which is why, despite everything in the here and now, children, marriage, comfortable home, money, all the rest of it, but also the strongest thing is love, and you've loved this person forever. This is ancestry as well, so the Two of Cups and that Wheel of Fortune. This is the karmic partner from the past, because the Ten of Coins deals with your ancestors as well, and a past life can be the Ten of Coins. So this is definitely your ancestry. This is definitely somebody from the past that you now kind of come into this life with. This is why it's so difficult this week, because, and going forward for some of you guys, because it's not so easy just to kind of let something go. There's a lot more at stake. Finally, universe, through the answer deck, finally, can you just give me advice, please, universe? Just final advice, please, in terms of the week for Libra in 3 cards. So let's have a look. So there's going to be some inspiration this week, Libra. Okay, so you can see that. Inspiration. Fame. Okay. And frustration. I think that some of you guys are going to be feeling really inspired this week, but it might be that recognition brings frustration. So I think that you're going to be feeling really inspired. It's almost like you're going to open the door to a new idea, but it's almost like people are going to recognize this with the Fame card, and it might bring a little bit of frustration to you. You might not be able to cope with the recognition that you get for an idea, that type of thing. Alright Libra, that is your reading for the week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like a private reading, go to the comment section below and you can click on the link and go straight through to my website, or the end screen should show a little link in there. Also remember, you have love readings up on my website for the month of September 2019, so don't forget to click on the link if you want to see an in-depth love reading for September 2019. Alright, love you guys loads. Take care. Bye-bye.